Yo, party people. I'm Fink. This is my NFT show. Got a really special interview today for you from NFTCEO. As I told him, this is a really cool dude trying to do some really cool shit. He's starting right now the 2C Collectors Club platform. Got him to spill a little bit of the beans on that. He has NFTs across multiple platforms. He also has the NFTCEO Podcast, which is one of the top 100 business and entrepreneur podcasts out there right now. Really great guy, very, very intelligent guy, and lots of good information here. So enjoy the interview. There we are. Hello.
Hey, man. What's going on?
Not much. How's it going?
It's going pretty good so far. Excited for today's interview. Let's get that fixed a little bit. There we go. Awesome. Yeah, excited, man. It's going to be fun. So
you too, yeah. Yeah, everybody, okay. NFT CEO right there.
Nice, man. We're jumping right into it. Going live.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. Well, I want to say thank you for having me on the show, man. I do really appreciate it. I think it's awesome what you're doing. I think it's cool to get a little bit of a behind the scenes look at who these creators are and these different projects and all that stuff. So really excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Hey, man. Awesome. Thanks for coming. Right back at you. Exactly why I'm doing this. Trying to get some faces to all the names on there and meet some people. It's already been a blast, and I'm sure this will be too.
100%. Well, everybody's anonymous in this space, right? So you don't really know who people are behind these profile pictures. And so it's kind of unique to see who the faces are and hear their voices and see that they're actual people working behind these projects.
Right. It really is. And it seems like it's something people want, but something a lot of people are tentative to do. So
I've noticed that too.
Jump right in.
A lot of people want to stay anonymous. They're kind of scared to get out of their comfort zone, I think. And so, yeah, I don't mind. I have no problem showing my face and showing who I am. And
right. And
hey, so.
There's so many stigmas, I think a lot of people are afraid once they see them, they'll think of them different because of whatever reason. And but I think I mentioned in one of my other videos, I think this community in general seems to be an evolved people that I really think you can show your face and no one's going to look at you any differently. I agree, man. I think somebody's art is just as good no matter what they look like.
100%, man. I think it's such a supporting community, so people shouldn't be concerned about that kind of stuff. I just had my phone go off on loud. I got a new phone and I don't really know how to use it. And I'm kind of concerned now it's going to keep going off. I'm going to see if I can figure out how to even turn it off. No, Siri's trying to talk to me now. So if it does beep throughout the episode, I am so sorry. But let's jump into the interview and get right into the questions.
Yeah, if you hear a screaming 4-year-old, I'm same thing. So can't turn that one off either.
Sounds good.
But all right. So give me a little bit about yourself and how you came into this NFT space.
Yeah, quick introduction on how I found the NFT space is I was learning about crypto. I missed all the big crypto things and all the opportunities that so many people are making money on. And so when COVID hit, I was like, you know what? I have a ton of extra free time. Let's go learn about crypto. So started learning about crypto, started downloading a bunch of different wallets and playing around and buying different like shit coins and different things like that. And I started learning about DeFi apps. So I found this DeFi app and it was called Air NFTs. And I thought it had something to do with crypto trading. So I downloaded it. And when I downloaded it, or not downloaded, I opened it up. When I opened it up, I seen that people were selling these images. And I was like, what the hell is this? You can sell an image and get cryptocurrency in return. I was like, okay, this sounds fun. How do we do something with this? So I went online and I searched up like some popular memes and I took a screenshot of the meme and posted it online for like 1 penny and it sold. And I was like, holy shit, I just made a penny in crypto. Like, okay, we can make money doing this. This is exciting. So I went and I found another meme and I posted another meme, but this time for like $1 and it sold again, basically instantly. So I was like, okay, this is like a real thing. This is real money. These are real people. Like there's opportunity here. So I reached out to the admins after doing some research and I found out that there's copyright laws. You can't just post whatever you want. And if somebody else made it, then they have the rights to it. You can't just sell that. And so these memes that I was posting were not technically mine. Somebody else had made them and owned the rights to those. So I messaged the admins. I was like, hey, here's the situation. I posted a couple memes. I sold them for a couple pennies, just learning what this platform was. But now I can't delete them because I don't own them anymore. And I don't want my account to get banned. What do I do? So they're like, honestly, let's just ban your account. You only made 2 sales so far for like a couple pennies. So we'll just ban that account. We'll get you a new account going and then you can start now that you know the proper rules. So I ended up starting up with that. I went on to Fiverr at that point. Actually, first, before going on Fiverr, I went on to Canva. Canva is like a really simple drag and drop like paint tool type thing. And I made this little vaccine card. So I grabbed like an icon of a needle and then I grabbed just like a blank background. And then I hid the words that said fake right in front of the vaccine. And so the concept behind this was that I'm selling these fake vaccines without people even noticing. And so you couldn't really tell that the word fake was in there, but I've now grown that series. And so we've released about 6 different series of it. Each time I release a series, we release 25 of them, and they typically sell out like instantly. And so that was a fun little thing. But the very first one I made it on Canva. It took me about 5 minutes. I took a picture of a needle and I put the word fake next to it, and I sold that 25 times for, I think, $1.50 each, like not a lot of money, but the gas fee, there's no gas fees on the BSC network. So it didn't really matter. So it's just $1.50 profit every time. So I took that like 25, 30 bucks that I had made, and I hired an artist to make me a really nice vaccine card this time. And I sold that vaccine card for $25 a pop, and I sold it 25 times. So I made like a couple $100 that time. So I was like, okay, now we're making something. So I went and hired another artist, and I got a 3D graphic made of a vaccine card this time. Then I hired basically like just different types of animators to make different types of vaccine cards in their own style, and just kept selling it under my brand name and my account basically. But I own the rights to the art. So when I buy the art from the artist, I'm commissioning it from them, and I have like a contract saying I own the rights to be able to resell it and all that good stuff. But that was basically my first introduction to the NFT space. I made a couple $100, which turned to a couple $1,000, which was really cool. I did that within like a couple months. My main expertise is in marketing. I own a couple small property maintenance companies locally, and my main job there is just like marketing and bringing in new clients. And so with this art stuff and with the NFT stuff, I was like, well, I know how to get eyes on my product. I just got to get somebody else to help me make the actual product. And so that's why I partnered up with all these different artists, and my job is solely just promoting these different projects and things like that. And so that's kind of been my gateway and my entry into the NFT space, which has allowed me just to network with a bunch of different people and just grow in the space. And now I'm trying to actually release my own project, which is going to be the Collectors Club. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Awesome, man. That's a hilarious story. It's great. I love it. It's awesome that they worked with you too. They were cool about it and was like, all right, this is obviously an honest mistake. Make another account. Yeah,
exactly. I messaged them immediately. I was like, listen, man, like I really didn't know what I was doing. Like it was like 3 a.m. I'm stoned in my basement, and I found a meme and I posted it, and then somebody bought it, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, okay, somebody bought that. That's kind of cool. And then I was like, let's do it again. But let's raise the price. And then they bought it again, and I was like, okay, this is really cool. And then I Googled, I was like, wait, is this legal though? So I Googled like in like trademark infringements and things like that and copyright. And they were like, well, it's a gray area because it's an NFT. There's not really much regulations, but it could get regulated in the future. So we don't recommend doing it. So at that point I was like, fuck, okay, I got to reach out to the admin, see what they say. And they're like, yeah, don't worry. We'll just ban you and start a new account. You're all good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So do you still do the vaccine cards now? Are you currently coming out? Yeah.
Yeah. I actually just released the newest one. I had one of my artists that's actually going to be one of the first artists that's releasing on the Collectors Club. I actually just commissioned out some work from him to be able to create my newest vaccine card. So that'll be pretty cool. I just released it on Air NFTs. I only released 3 out of the 25. I think they all sold though so far. So
cool.
Yeah.
Some of your other projects, mind telling me about those? I like the stoner pets. Is that the right?
The toker pets.
Yeah, there you go. Toker pets.
Yeah. So the toker pets were a cool little concept. I was seeing a lot of these different like avatar projects and things like that, and a lot of like weed related projects. And so I wanted to kind of make something along those lines. And so I released these toker pets. And so originally they were all 1-of-1s, and they weren't really selling. I had only sold like 1 or 2 to some close friends. And so I ended up lowering the price of them, but making them editions of 50. And so I ended up having a company reach out to me. They were called randomnft.io at the time. They're no longer available, but they ended up reaching out to me, and they wanted to do a promotion where I was selling on their website. Blockchain Heroes was selling on their website, and Drippies was also selling on their website. So 2 pretty big names plus myself. I just got kind of thrown in there. And so we ended up releasing the Toker Pet series on there. I think we released a total of 4 of the pets. We released the Master Toker, which is like an astronaut and a dog. And then we released an ape. We released a goat. And then we released, I think, an octopus, I want to say. I don't remember what the final one was. But we released these 4 animals, and they were in editions of 50. So you could buy 50 of the first one, 50 of the second one, 50 of the third one. That's how many were available. We ended up selling out all 200 in under 60 seconds, basically. And it was it was incredible. They immediately sold out. So we were super hyped about that. But the problem was we were still on the BSC blockchain at the time. And so it's not as set up as you guys have it on the Ethereum blockchain. And so there's a lot more flaws. And so the owners of the company and of the platform at the time basically rug pulled it. They deleted the website. They took down all the servers. They made it so you could no longer see the NFTs that you had purchased. So me and these other artists who were on the website originally and sold our art, our collectors and our investors ended up getting screwed over, and they lost all of their art that they had paid for. So at that moment, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to open up my own platform and I'll give everybody back their art for free that they had lost. I own the rights to this art. Like, it's no longer available on this other platform. I'm just going to re-upload it. So what we did was we actually took a screenshot, or a snapshot, I guess, of all the different collectors that held all of these different NFTs in their wallets from me. That way, when they now connect to their new website or my website, it'll automatically re-upload all these NFTs to the platform. And so yeah, so the main concept of us starting the platform in the first place was like, you guys just got scammed X amount of money and got rug pulled. I want to make sure that you can still have access to these NFTs that you paid for. So I'm going to make a whole new platform. And then that developed from one thing to another, to another, to another, which has now become the Collectors Club. And so the Collectors Club is going to be much bigger than the original concept, but all of my original collectors and my original investors will still have first rights into the Collectors Club.
Cool.
Yeah.
So yes, the Collectors Club. I know there's a lot of secrecy around that right now. No one wants to give too much away before it actually comes up and all that. But can you tell us about it? Can you tell me something about it? I saw something about the keys somewhere.
Yeah. Okay. So I can tell you a little bit about it. So basically, the Collectors Club is going to be a exclusive NFT platform. We're going to be on the Matic and Polygon blockchain, so that way we don't have to worry about gas fees. It's basically free for gas fees for everything. It's like less than a penny. So that'll be super convenient. And then the main concept behind it is it's not going to be an open marketplace. We're only going to be releasing art from one artist at a time, and it'll be a new artist and a new project every time. So it might be every 3 days, it might be every 7 days, it might be once a month, but we're going to be releasing new projects from the club on a regular basis. And they'll always be from hand-selected artists that are already well known within the NFT community, or we'll choose kind of like those hidden in the rough artists, the ones that are incredible talent, but they haven't been able to get eyes on them yet. And I'm hoping that my platform might be able to give them eyes, because we're already going to have a certain number of collectors waiting for these drops to be available within our website. And so the only way to be able to mint any of the drops that are available on our website is by owning one of the Collectors Club founder keys. We're going to be releasing 5,000 keys. The date is still to be determined, but once you purchase one of these keys, the key will give you unlimited access to our marketplace and our platform for you to be able to mint and purchase all the other NFTs from all the other great artists. So you can think of the key in a sense as like a permanent lifelong mint pass to the Collectors Club.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and there's gonna be a bunch of other perks and features that come with it, but that's the general concept. So we'll just stick with that for now.
It sounds like a very original idea. The whole thing is just, it's great. Original work. See, it's hard to come up with something original. Everything's been done, even in the NFT space. Like, I know there's so much more that can be done, but at the same time, platforms and stuff like that, like a lot of that stuff's already been done 50 times. There's new ones popping up. It definitely sounds like a different way to do it. I think it's pretty neat. And that just, like you said, that puts more eyes that are more focused on the artist. I like it. Cool.
Yeah, that's the concept, is to get basically 5,000 collectors all under the same roof. And instead of us always jumping from one project to another and always getting kind of lost in all these different discords, and then we kind of start to split up, this will keep us all under the same place. Everybody can talk about all the different projects openly in our Discord. I want to have like a mastermind group where we can all discuss different projects and make smart investments together. Different things like that. I want to be able to add different educational materials. I want to be able to airdrop free courses on marketing to all of the Collectors Club members, little perks like that, just so that we can help educate us to be able to become better in this space, because it's such a new space and it's hard to navigate. And so I think having some educational material on how to market yourself, how to market your NFTs, how to grow within the space, how to grow a Twitter following, little educational course content like that would be really beneficial. So we want to be able to airdrop things like that to Collectors Club members as well.
Right. It really will be. Yeah, like I said, the whole concept's great. And it's hard for anybody trying to get in there right now, because there's new people on there all the time, all day, every day. There's more people joining the NFT space and trying to get up. And a lot of them are good. Like, there's some really good people that just are now starting to hear about this. I know if I didn't luck into watching the Saturday Night Live with Elon Musk on it, like, I'd have had no clue about any of this. I just kind of lucked into that. And from that, started researching and looking around and figuring it out. And so, yeah, like there's new people, new artists that, you know, are joining that have been doing art and are great, amazing artists. But he said, right now, you're one in an ocean of people, and it's really hard to get eyes. I like that, instead of just doing the big, you know, bigger projects going on that everybody hears about, doing people that do a little bit of everything. So you'll have both then, if you can tell me, you'll have both, but it sounds like you'll have both like generative project, like people that do the masses, and one of one.
Yeah, exactly. So we want to be able to have a little bit of everything. The one of ones, I'm going to be honest, they'll be extremely, extremely rare, because it's going to be very difficult to do a one of one if we have 5,000 collectors waiting to purchase. So the only way to be able to do a one of one is if we do a series of a one of ones. So think of like a generative project. Technically, there's 8,000 of them, but they're all one of ones. We might be able to do something like that. So if I can find an artist that's willing to make 300 one of ones, similar to I think it's Dario DeSena, he does the mines. Those are all one of ones, but there's a couple hundred of them. And so if we could get an artist that would be willing to do something along those lines, where we could release 50 or 100 one of ones, then we could do it. But I wouldn't be able to release just a single. That would be really difficult, because I think that people would get really upset if I have 5,000 collectors waiting on a drop and then one NFT comes out.
Yeah, definitely see where you're coming from there. Yeah, but again, that's exactly what I'm doing actually with my project right now. Yeah, wink, wink. But no, it's the Soulless collection that I do. It's just kind of different creatures, mythical creatures, whatever the hell pops in my head that day. And they are though, like that's kind of how I throw them off too. Like each Soulless is a one of one, but it's one of, you know, it's one of the many Soulless. And
exactly. So that's something that we'd be able to do then. That would be exactly something.
Kind of, I was on OpenSea, and that's like what made that happen actually, is because on OpenSea at the time, at least I still don't think for mobile, you can't make multiple copies. So I was like, oh, I don't want to sit here and draw the same thing over and over and over and over. But like, I kind of really like the style that I have right here. Yeah. So like, I'll just go with that. I'll just, you know, keep doing a bunch of the same. That's all a little bit different from each other, do different animals and stuff and same style. And
have you seen the monster blocks?
Yes, I believe I have.
So
I haven't looked much into them, but I've seen them pop up a little bit there on the Twitter feeds and whatnot.
So it's a little bit like what you're talking about. So his concept was, I don't want to draw the same character 1,000 times and then give him a bunch of different accessories. He goes, that's not my style. He goes, I want to draw a bunch of monsters. I want to draw 1,000 different little monsters or little spirits or whatever they are, just a bunch of creepy little drawings. And then he goes, now how do I turn that into something else? So what you do is you can buy one of these single monsters and they're shaped into a square. So he gives himself a little square image box and he draws a monster within that square. Think of it like a Lego building block at this point. You can buy multiple of these Lego building blocks. Then you go to his website and you mission mash them together. So now you can start to actually stack them. So if you own 2 blocks, you send it to his site. He burns both of them and he gives you a new NFT that's both of them stacked now. And you can try and build the highest tower. But remember, there's only 8,000 blocks total. So if you get a tower of 20, that's 20 less of that 8,000 now, because somebody already has that tower of 20. So you can buy that full tower of 20 and attach it to your tower of 20. Now you have a tower of 40. But that's how expensive these NFTs can get, because now all of a sudden you have like 20, 30, 40 NFTs all merged into one. That can become crazy. And it also lowers the scarcity. So maybe you could try and do something like that with the project that you're thinking of, where you already have an idea of drawing a bunch of little monsters. Maybe you do something where you can combine them into making a monster world or something like that. You could have, the more monsters you have, you can mesh them into like a squad or something like that.
There's a dude right now we kind of ran into a little bit of a language barrier, but D50 does this Dunjuka series, and he's coming up on the end of Generation 1, and he does a lot for the community. This is cool stuff anyhow. And one of the things he's just recently done is drop these Dunjuka eggs. And what you can do is you'll send him the egg to his site, and whichever 2 of your Dunjuka you want to be the parents. And then he's mishmashing them into a baby for, like, I just thought that was such a cool.
See, that's something that
the
you could
blocks
try
sound
and
awesome. I'm a Lego guy. That does, it just sounds, that's genius.
There's a lot of cool, innovative ways to play with NFTs right now that I think people are starting to come up with, like the blocks, what you just said with the breeding, things like that. Like there's a lot of cool things that people can do. And that's what I want the Collectors Club to be all about, is bringing basically different types of utility and different types of cool, unique NFTs to collectors. I don't want to bring just the same project over and over again. I don't want to just produce 5 or 10 of the same generative art projects. If anything, I want to be able to post different things every single time. Like I want one of the projects to be some sort of fractionalized real estate. I want there to be a project where it's all about music. I want there to be a project where it's a video game. I want there to be a project where it's like just art, like just everything that's different, and not just having one type of art style or one type of NFT style, I guess. I want to be all over the place.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. Yeah. There's so much going on. It's such an exciting place to be part of right now. And like you said, it's awesome that at the same time, there's so much money in it. And that's something I've been saying. I joined in like January, and I'm just like, I'm not going anywhere, whether I do great in sales right now or don't make one for the next 2 months. I'm still going to be here because I love the painting and creating part, and just the people and different stuff that you see coming out every day. I don't remember the name, but I saw one where somebody's going to be dropping NFTs that are like, I think they're supposed to be zombies or something. And as they're in your wallet, they're going to rot.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Right? I've seen stuff like that.
So they're just down to like a skeleton or something. I just thought that I heard that. I was like, dude, that is so cool. Like,
yeah, there's those whelps too. Did you hear about the whelps that you buy like a baby dragon egg, and then after 24 hours it turns into a baby dragon, and then after another 48 hours it becomes like a adolescent dragon, and then after 7 days it becomes a full-grown dragon. But the trick to it all is the rarity can change every time. So you might have a super rare egg, but now when it hatches and becomes a baby, it's no longer rare. So it could change its rarity. So do you sell it during those 24 hours where it's a super rare egg, or do you wait and hope to get a super rare, fully grown dragon?
Right.
But every time it evolves, there's the chance of the rarity changing. So do you risk it? Do you sell it early when it's a baby dragon that's super rare, or do you wait, hatch it, wait for it to become an adult, and then hope to sell that super rare adult dragon for way more money, but risking the fact that it could become a common along that journey?
Right. Yeah. So. Well, I don't want this to start running too long here, but dude, so looking forward to your project, like this, and to see all this different stuff. You seem like you have a good eye and in catching this kind of stuff, and to put those all under one roof, I think it's going to be a pretty cool thing to be part of, man.
Yeah, that's what my plan is, man. I just want to be scouting all day. I just want to look for the coolest and best projects, stuff that'll bring true value to the holders and to the collectors. And then I want to go and just scout those out all day, find the best of the best projects, and then release them within the Collectors Club. That's my goal. That's
awesome. And I mentioned to you, once it's up and running and all that, like, I'd love to have you back on again, man. This is cool. I enjoyed it.
Me too.
Thanks for joining me. I have a restless 4-year-old out there that needs some attention, but thank you very much, man.
Yeah, no worries. It's an absolute pleasure to be here. And yeah, if you want to do a part 2, just let me know. Site will be up in probably a couple weeks here. So yeah, just let me know, and I'm definitely down to do a round 2.
Awesome, man. Thank you. Have a great one.
Yeah. Cheers, buddy. Thank you.
Cheers.
All right. That about wraps up today's show. Thank you for watching. NFT CEO, thank you so much for coming on the show, man. Loved having you. It was a blast talking to you. Hope you'll come back once your Collectors Club is fully up and running. Hope you'll keep an eye out on him and his work. Links will be in the description. Hope that you keep an eye out for me and my works. Links will be in the description. Been doing some interesting stuff with some blacklight paintings. Everybody, have a great one. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time on Fink's NFT Show.